How are you doing, everybody? Look at that. Actually, almost on time this time. It's like a Christmas miracle. Yeah, I wanted to do a live review today because I felt like it. So we're going to do one. We're going to do Harvey's Christmas Ale. I have had this beer before. I was almost certain that I reviewed this beer before, but I hadn't. So I wanted to do it today, but I wasn't quite sure when I wanted to do it. So before we dive into this review, right now there's a live stream actually going on over in Thomas Opened. So Thomas, Thomas, and Open, just open and then ET. They're doing a live stream over there. I was actually just hanging out on there. I figured I'd do a live review real quick, jump out of that chat, do a live review, jump back into that chat. So, yeah. After you're done watching me do this, or if you're listening to this and it's sometime on Christmas Eve, head over to Thomas's channel. Go check it out. Have a good time. Everybody's having a blast over there. But we're going to do a review right now. So this is a seminal Christmas beer. I've had this before, but oddly enough, I was pumped to try this because I thought I was going to be drinking this relatively fresh. But I don't know, actually. Let me do this. Let's see if we can find a dating code on this. So, Harvey's Christmas Ale. Harvey's Christmas Ale date. I don't know how old these are because I've actually had this beer before, and people have told me what the year was on it. They'd be like, I know it's this year. They either wax penciled it or something like that, but I don't know if there's an actual date code on this beer because I looked the best I could to find it, and I couldn't find anything. That being said, there was the bottle had this kind of oldness to it. Like it's dirty and it was a little bit sticky, so I assumed it had a little bit of time on it. But it's a 7.5% Christmas Ale. Harvey's and Sons. I actually have only one of their beers on my channel for review. It was their Imperial Russian Stout, I believe, and I love the living shit of that beer. So I'm pumped to actually review this. It says here, recipient of Finland's Olestra Alvertiki Award for excellence of filling the Christmas beer regulations of Seven Brothers, described in Alexis Kivi's novel Seven Brothers, winner of Finland's Parari and Sweden's Dragon's Nilus Christmas beer competitions. That's a weird one right there. Be United Import. I should have wrote them. They would have told me, actually. And that's that, 7.5%. So let's dive into sucker. I tried to get the most Christmassy glass I have that wasn't super branded with another company. So I went. This is actually Monday Night Brewing. You're probably not gonna be able to see what's going on here, but it's like Santa on a sleigh. Yeah, it's very. You're not gonna be able to see it regardless. So we'll dive in and see what's what. Kevin Payne in the chat saying, I jump between you and the craft beer channel and real ale craft beer reviews, but both of them are based in the UK. So thank you very much for tuning in to me, brother. Let's see how the sucker pours. So you're talking about a Christmas ale? What are we expecting here? I'm actually getting kind of scared right now. And I'll tell you why in a second. So, Christmas ale. They don't actually give you any kind of ingredients on here. They talk about these the British Bottlers Institute Awards gold medal for this beer. Hey, Ryan, my boy Ryan from Lubrew is in the chat. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Merry Christmas to you. They talk about a Christmas ale. Okay? What do we think of when I think of a Christmas ale? I think of Belgian beer almost exclusively, but Christmas ale, I think of a spiced beer, and that's why I'm getting scared. So I recently found out I have a really adverse reaction to allspice. That could be in here. So this could be a really quick review. By adverse, I mean, I'm not going to die, but I end up feeling like shit. So hopefully, and I didn't have that allergy when I originally had this beer several years ago. So we'll see what's what. But as far as it just looks like kind of like a soft, like Belgian double vibe, winter warmer, which is what I'm kind of expecting. And hopefully it doesn't err into that kind of spiciness that'll do me all kinds of not proper. So I love the shape of this glass too. It's like one of my favorite shapes. Look at that. How pretty is that shape of that glass? I mean, that's a beer drinking glass right there. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get a nose. Yeah, there's really not much there. A soft little spiciness. I'm not gonna say it's gingerbread, but there's a cookie kind of element going along. And Kevin Payne actually chimes in saying Flemish red. It definitely leans in the Flemish red kind of color. I didn't expect it to be sour, so I didn't mention that. As far as color looks, it looks like iced tea. You know what I mean? Powdered iced tea mix. It's kind of what it is. Michael Obakowski. Did I actually just get that right? I don't know if I did. He chimed in saying, "It's my birthday. Always enjoy your reviews." Well, happy birthday, brother. It sucks having a birthday right around Christmas, doesn't it? Mine's January, early January 13th. So, once you're close to Christmas, you don't really have a birthday growing up. So that kind of sucks. So, soft little undersweetened cookie vibes, a little bit of rich maltiness done in. I'm not getting a big spiciness off of this. It just kind of comes off as a nice kind of winter ale. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, it's delicious. That is delicious. I don't think it's spiced. I think it's a core 4 beer, which has got me very happy, but I'm still kind of nervous and it might make me feel like shit. When I have that allergic reaction to allspice, it fucks me up for like 4 hours. It's not going to kill me. It's not like you need an EpiPen or anything like that, but I get this crazy prickly feeling inside of me and it just sucks. That's nice. It has this kind of, how do I put it? It tastes like a Belgian double, but without the Belgian candied sugar kind of thing going on. So there's this nice kind of sweet, it's not blackstrap molasses, but it has that element of sweetness to it to where there is a little bit of soft, like, bittering kind of, like, spiciness to it, but not in the spiciness I was talking about, like gingerbread or winter warmer kind of allspice. There's a soft little peppery spiciness to it that comes along with like a soft little blackstrap molasses thing, but it's smaller. It's not that huge. The mouthfeel's nice. It's not thick. It's not thin. It's not dense. It's kind of neutral, but it's kind of where you want that mouthfeel level to go. And it's got this really cool level. That sweetness level is not even close to being overtly sweet, but it's got this quick pop of sweetness that gets you through the whole beer. Like you get that big sharp pop of sweetness at the front. That's not necessarily like a hard candied kind of a glazed kind of refined sugar kind of sweetness, but it's not powdered sugar either. It's kind of somewhere in between. But it kind of dissipates relatively quickly, but kind of lags off. It doesn't necessarily just drop completely off and kind of gets you through the whole beer. There's herbal kind of, there's an herbal kind of like, it's not tea level herbalness. It's more of a spiciness, like a, I mean, tea would be the best description I can think of. But it has this tea bag level, old school Kent Golding's level hopped kind of thing going on, and that's what I mean by spiciness. It's herbal, it's tea like the way the hops show. It's nice. It's like barley wine light, really, is what it comes off like. This has to have some time on it. I don't know, man. There's no merc ring on it, so I don't think it's been sitting around all that long, so it's probably a freshly bottle. I'm assuming it's going to be, a year or so old. That's kind of how these European or Euro-based beers kind of roll when we get them over here. But it's tasty. It's definitely a kind of cold version of a hot toddy kind of thing going on here in beer format. That's not overly sweet. That's not even close to being spicy, but gives you enough on both ends of the spectrum to kind of make you feel that kind of warmth in the beer itself. You know what I mean? Like, it's Christmas beer. If you strip the label from this, if you give this to me with no label on it whatsoever, I think I still get Christmas vibes off of this beer just because that's how it tastes for me. It's a much less spiced version of a winter warmer with a little bit of Belgian double vibes to it, a little bit of English old ale vibes to it, kind of mash those all together. And I think that's what you have going on here, which is just, in general, pretty fantastic beer. I like the sweetness level on it. I've had a couple beers, and I think the sweetness level is perfect for where I've come from. If I drank it straight up before having a beer, I don't know if I'd be different, but I'm digging away this coming off now. So it's Christmas beer. I'm having a great time. It's Christmas Eve. I'm about to skip out of here go back to that other live chat over on Thomas Opens Dutch Beer Review channel where everybody's hanging out and having a good time. I'll probably hang out there for a couple more minutes, leave, go eat some food with the family, come back down, do a little bit more live streaming, all that kind of fun stuff. But everything will be on Thomas's channel tonight, so you guys should go over there and check that out. So let's talk about this beer. Is it one of the better Christmas ales that I've had as of late? It's up there, man. I mean, I have a Corzendon Christmas, which is a seminal Christmas beer for me. I have some Guten Carlus Noel. I have some Celebrator. I have all the beers that really do me proper when it comes to Christmas, and this is hanging in there with what I remember of those beers and what I've already had of those beers. So it's pretty damn tasty. Value and availability. I think I paid like $5, $4 or $5 for a bottle of this. Situational kind of celebration beers as Christmas beers want to be. That's not a big deal. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like sweet malty beers. I mean, that's really where this beer kind of, hangs its hat on a malty end of things. But don't sleep on the spiciness. That spiciness that I think is coming strictly from a hop is quite fun. I keep thinking Kent Golding Fuggle. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting on this. And I dig it. It's a fun beer. It's a Christmas spirited beer, even beyond just the name. A lot of people throw Christmas on a label and it has nothing to do with Christmas. It doesn't have that vibe of Christmas. That's not the case here. And just ends up being a really tasty, really drinkable beer that makes me happy on a Christmas Eve. So there you go. Let's go through the chat real quick before I take off. Where did we stop off? We stopped off at Mike saying happy birthday. We have Kevin Payne saying, I've got Goose Island Bourbon County Stout going, 2020. That does not suck. That's not a Christmas beer, but that'll put you in the Christmas spirit real quick. Jesse Tuttle saying Merry Christmas Eve. And he says it sounds better than Bush Latte I just finished. A little bit, just that much better than Bush Latte. And Mike McCann, what's going on, homie? He says, happy Xmas Eve. Should have a box on your front step in a minute, by the way. Ooh, is it coming in a minute? I don't know. I looked. I thought I got delayed a little bit. We'll see what happens. Kevin Payne saying, sounds like the ABT Belgian Christmas beer, and he's talking about St. Bernardus Christmas, I believe. And it's not nearly as fluffy and creamy and as dense as that. I mean, that's a Belgian quad irking into a Belgian dark. It's a bit thinner and not nearly as bready, but I'm not saying it's far off. And he says $5 is cheap. So there you go. Quick little review in the books, live review. Like I said, if you are watching this and you're in the States, you're anywhere in the world, head over to Thomas Opens Beer Review. Just say Thomas Open Beer into YouTube. We'll all be hanging out and having a good time over there today. And then this Sunday, don't forget, Massive Beer Awards. This Sunday, 2, 3 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. We'll be hanging out, doing my best of beer awards and all that kind of fun stuff. And then I'll have people kind of chime in and talk about what they dug and what they loved about the year. So there you go. One last comment from Stefan Falk saying Merry Christmas from Sweden. Cheers, brother. He says we celebrate the 24th, which is today. That's what I do pretty much too. So that's why I'm doing all this. Kevin Payne chiming back in quick at the end saying you need to try some beers from Western New York. I love Western New York. Resurgence, Thin Man, you know what I mean? If you consider Rochester, Western New York, I love all those guys. I used to go up there, but I used to live in northeastern Pennsylvania. Now I live in Jersey, so it now turns a 2 to 4 hour trip into a 4 to 6 hour trip. It's hard to get up there. Some of the breweries up there used to send me beer, but now they don't send me stuff anymore because I don't know. Times are hard. I don't mind it, but yes, I would love to do some more Western New York beers. Joe from the Beer Patrol is the king of that stuff, but I like the breweries up that way. So I'll do my best to track some down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully you head over to Thomas Opens channel right now, because that's where